We proceed to talk about one more interesting concept. This is about pull up and pull down resistors. Let's consider this simple circuit connecting 5 volts to ground through a resistor. Now if you notice that point A will always be 5 volts while point B will always be ground. We make a small change to the circuit. We connect a resistor here which goes to ground, and we connect our Arduino here and we put in a switch here. Now what happens if this switch is open? If this switch is open, then any residual voltage in the Arduino goes to ground. That is, that this resistor pulls the Arduino to ground. On the other hand, when the resistor is closed, then I would just refer back to this image. When the switch is closed, it is similar to connecting the Arduino to point A, and so the Arduino will always read 5 volts. So when the switch is closed, the Arduino goes to high, and when the switch is open, the resistor pulls down the Arduino to ground. Here's a similar example of a slightly different circuit, and this is called a pull-up resistor. In a pull-up resistor, the Arduino is connected below the resistor. So when the switch is open, there is no current flowing in the circuit, and the Arduino A gets pulled to 5 volts by the resistor. On the other hand, when this switch is closed, then current flows through this resistor, and that means that this point A is actually equivalent to this point B, and so the voltage here is equal to 0 volts when the switch is closed. Now you have set up the circuit. As you can see, here's a multimeter, here's the tactile switch, and you can see that this end of the tactile switch is connected through this resistor to the 5 volt supply, and the other end is connected to ground. And when I press this, then this switch would connect this point to ground, and at other points this point would be pulled up to the plus 5 volts through this resistor. And here's the multimeter connected to monitor the voltages. So when I turn on the power supply, you can see that the reading is 5 volts. The switch is open and the orange wire has been pulled up to 5 volts through this resistor. And when I press the switch, the orange wire gets connected to ground through the switch, and the potential there drops to 0. So now I have rigged up the circuit to explain the pull down resistor. So you can see that I have connected one terminal of the push button to plus 5 volts. The other terminal is connected to this orange wire which goes to the multimeter. Then there's the pull down resistor, and the other terminal of the pull down resistor is connected to ground. So now the power supplies are turned down, and you can see that the resistor is pulling down the value on the orange lead to 0. But when I press the switch, the orange wire gets connected to plus 5 volts and the reading is 5 volts. And on all other times, the resistor ensures that the reading on the orange lead gets pulled down to 0. Thank you.